A retelling of Jeremiah 6:14. Screw you jerks who rub salt in our wounds by declaring peace, peace, when there is no peace. This condemnation goes to all of those who would say, yes, we want peace in the Middle East, but refuse to talk about the occupation of Palestine, that refuse to talk about the genocide of the Palestinians, who say that that's just too icky and too controversial to admit that there's an ongoing genocide right now. This condemnation goes out to people like the US President, Donald Trump, who is trying to lobby for a Nobel Peace Prize while sending armed forces into his own cities by declaring that war on Chicago and declaring armed forces are going to Portland, Oregon. These are people who do not want peace. They do not want the establishment of justice and liberation. They just want the world to be quiet so that the rich and powerful can look away with clear consciences and not see the grime, destruction, and devastation wreaked by their world. These people do not want peace. They want submission. And so we condemn any who would call for us to just meekly be quiet and sit back and watch as our neighbors and loved ones are destroyed. And this condemnation too goes out to the spiritual leaders who would tell people, don't protest in the streets, do not be angry, trust that God has a plan and that it'll all work out well in the end. For we are supposed to be angry and we are supposed to take to the streets and we are supposed to defend and love and support one another. We are supposed to protest when things go too far. And I know I often speak of cultivating peace and cultivating stillness. For we have to connect to the beauty of the world and see the love of God that is ever manifest and ever moving, even in the worst oppression and the worst injustices. We have to connect to that love that is deep within our heart as a source of strength and succor that we can continue to be in this work. And that when we see our neighbors and loved ones pushed to their edges, that we are able to be there as a source of comfort and strength for one another. Yes, that is a peace that is always there and is ever present, but is not to say that we must be peaceful and meek and be in submission. For as we all know who march in the streets, there's the chant, no justice, no peace, and we will keep activating and being activated until we have true peace and justice and liberation. To return to Jeremiah, screw you jerks who tell us peace, peace when there is no peace. For we know what true peace is, and you will know no peace until we establish true peace. Because we know what peace is, and this shit ain't that. Love to you all. Be strong. Keep finding the love and light in your world, and keep working to build that out.